like overall, there's kind of like this chicken and egg where, you know, if a bunch of like say 5 restaurants in Fort Collins were like, hey, we're in, over the course of a year, that would generate maybe $50,000, maybe more. And so that would be enough to fund a couple Fort Collins projects. We don't have like $1 million in the bank to start doing Fort Collins projects, and farmers aren't like applying because there's not a bunch of money available. And so, you know, it's kind of like a slow build on both fronts. You know, ideally we could like find one project and sign up like 3 or 4 Fort Collins restaurants at the same time. And then they would sort of know the money's going to that project, or they could just sign up ASAP and know that we'll be working to get a Fort Collins project in the queue as soon as possible. So it totally depends on the level of like, you know, activism of the individuals.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Dan, I think we have one more hand up, and do we have time to do it on your agenda?
Me, I'm unlimited time.
Sean, Dan.
Yeah, that should be good. Thank you.
Okay, Carolyn. Good now.
Sorry, and if anybody else has a question, that's totally fine. I tend to get really excited. So I deliver a lot of soil to home gardeners and small farmers, urban farmers, like hundreds of thousands of pounds of compost. And I've been trying to figure out how much, is there some kind of rough estimate for how much carbon that has sequestered? Because they probably wouldn't have used compost soil in their gardening and farming and front yards and things like that otherwise. It doesn't seem like the Comet tool is built at all for small applications. Does anybody know of any sorts of research or tools to estimate that?
Well, this is a great question, and I think the science is evolving on this front, and I don't know why people don't sort of organize it around just like amount of sequestration per unit compost. But
yeah, but I mean, it would have to be no-tilled afterwards, and that's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, so on rangeland, some of the estimates are like apply 15 tons of compost for an acre, and then in the long term, it sequesters about 30 tons.